Well, today I'm going to be doing these doors. These are two second-hand doors we bought from a Picant. So what we're going to be doing, these are identical. They are double doors, but they don't have the little reveals, no way they lock into each other. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be putting them into the doors myself. I'm going to trim all sides, make them nice and neat again, where the hinges have been. And yeah, then you'll be going in this space here where the camera's actually set up. Because Lorraine didn't want modern doors, she wanted the old doors put back in. And these are a nice set of doors, so we'll be going with these. Right, so I'm going to set this up and crack on. As you can see now, it's given a nice flat edge, and now I can mark and put my little reveals in so when they close they butt into each other. That's door number 2. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure these, the width, and then I'm going to cut my little reveals so they lock into each other. Get the table saw set up, and I'll put them in. And once they're in, then they're done. Then I can measure the whole width of the doors and start building the case. And while I'm building the case and putting the case into this opening, then Lorraine can start stripping these doors down. And when she strips them, we were going to varnish them, but you know, unless you get them dipped, it's no point. So we'll be painting them white, I think. So these doors are 35mm thick. So what I've got to do now is I've got to cut that central at, it's going to be difficult, so it's 17. Right, so here we go. I've sized them up. They're all uniform with each other on this side. There. Plain there as well. This door, top one, is slightly bigger than the bottom one. So that's going to be the one that's going to be getting opened all the time. And then I've also done this here. 245. Let's 10 mil. You can see how much smaller the frames come in now, come down. Just get some noggins up here and straighten this out, because this is not straight, so the one must have been bowed, or it would have been bowed, especially the wood here. Well, that's it then. So what I've done now is I've just brought that in. That come in at 110 mil, and that was a lot less. But I'm not too bothered on that, because we're going to have a bigger piece of wall there.
Right, I'm going to strip these doors down today. There's two of them that are pair, and the double doors that we're going to be putting in the living room, because we didn't want to put original doors, we didn't want to put new doors in. I'm not going to take you through the whole process because I know it'll be boring, but I'll show you step by step. I did try and strip them down without using paint stripper, using my heat gun, but it just took too long to do. I think it took me 2 hours just to do that small bit, so I had to resort to buying some paint stripper. So plan A was to use paint stripper, which I did. I put 2 coats on, and it's been over 2 hours now and nothing's worked. It's just not taking it off at all. It's taking little bits off in some areas, but not what I expected for the price I paid for that paint stripper. So plan B now is to use the heat gun, which it's going to take me a long time to do this, but it's got to be done. So that's what I'm going to do now. I need a face mask because I believe it's lead paint, so let's crack on. So the heat gun is working, but it's slow. Right, so what we're doing now is we're cleaning the doors down, and the reason we're doing that is to get rid of the nitro moss that was left over, especially in the gaps, because we don't want to paint them and the nitro moss is still in the gaps, because it'll just make the new paint peel off.
We went back to the same vacant and we found another door for the dining room, identical to the 2 double doors that we bought yesterday. So what I'm doing now, just done with cutting this door down, because these doors are a 2-2, that's high for a door, but in France it's not because the ceiling is so high. So what I'm going to do, well what I have done, I've cut this down by 100mm. So what you've got the top and bottom is more or less around the same size. But the bottom, before I cut it, was like that, so it left me room to cut 100mm off it. So this now is a 2-1, well 2-1.5 it is exactly, to be exact. And yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to tidy the edges up like I've done yesterday on the other doors. The top's fine, the bottom I've cut, I'll strip the sides down. Because what I do is with these doors, they have, oh no, that one's not too bad to be honest with you. So I might be able to plane that one, just give that a little bit of a plane. Yes, that's it. But where I've cut the other mill off the bottom, what I've done is I've took away, these doors are put together with dowels, and I've cut the dowels away. So what I've done is, I've got some dowel, and I'm going to drill some holes, glue them in, and fix it back sort of solid again. Just trying to get some like glue down the hole. Now while I'm waiting for them towels to dry, I'll start taking these hinges off. And then what we're going to be doing is going to be covering this in caustic soda and leave it overnight. Because the nitrogen wars, it's, to be honest with you, it's a bit of a pain. It's taking a bit long, so we found some caustic soda. Got to cover it in that. This is the stuff I'm using, made by Starbucks. No, I'm not sponsored by them. I just found it in the Brickle depot. We'll give that a few hours and then see how it goes. It says 30 minutes on the tin, but Lorraine's tried it for 30 minutes and it didn't even touch it. So we'll do that, leave it for a few hours and see what happens. Back to these doors. 20 hours have passed. I came in last night, I checked it last night, and it was scraping off. But I came in this morning, make sure I've got my rubber gloves on, and I'll bring it over to show you. As you can see, the caustic soda's worked the dream. So what we're going to do, we're going to scrape all this off, but this is some type of container, because you get all that gunky stuff. All that. And then what we decided on what we're going to do, we're going to get the jet wash out and jet wash the doors down to get all this caustic soda off and give them a good clean. Because give Lorraine a due, like she's worked hard on the other two doors with the nitro moors, and she also used a heat gun.
So this is door number 3.